This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome back to another edition of some Edmonton Oilers coverage here on the channel today. Let me tell you, an exciting time to be an Oilers fan, still undefeated in the 2022-2023 cumulative NHL season. And for the Oilers, it feels dang good after a big old shutout victory over top of, yes sir, you betcha, the Winnipeg Jets last night. It was a big time get for the Oilers. I'm going to quickly take a second, let you guys get comfortable here in the stream, and then I'm going to go check to see where I need to find those Edmonton Oilers lines for tonight. Oh, the Oilers at Seattle, courtesy of Bob Stauffer. Of course, the game, I'll have the link for you here in just a few minutes once they get things going live on EdmontonOilers.com. But for just a second, let me go get Bob Stauffer's lineup here for you. We'll go over who's all in, who's all out, and who we need to watch this evening. So let's see if we can't get it going. Of course, Bob had the tweet quickly last night about the Oilers beating the Jets 4-0 in an entertaining preseason game. It was, for being a preseason game, a pretty dang good game, I must say. And of course then to Holloway flying all night, terrific on the forecheck and on transition, calling him the best player on the ice last night. So here we go. Can we get this quickly? Maybe if I'm not sneezing. Give me a second. Oilers lines. September, what are we, 26th already? More than likely only live for the first period here tonight, but we'll carry through and get things going, I promise you there. Let's see if we can't just get, what do we want? Oilers line, September 26th. There we go. That's the tweet right there. All right. We are off and running. We'll wait. Of course, it's only 7:30, so we got a long ways to go before the clock flips over to that big old time at 8 o'clock when this game will be getting underway. However, folks, Janmark, Shore, Ryan, your top line for tonight's matchup for the Edmonton Oilers. And then you've got, obviously, on the second line, Tyler Benson, James Hamblin, and Kyler Yamamoto. Hamblin and Benson, two very noticeable players from last night's game as well, get a second look in tonight's action. Yamamoto, his first of the preseason this evening. Esposito, Philp, and Griffith on the fourth line, which leaves a very interesting line to look at. Nobody is talking about Greg McKegg coming into this preseason action, but there he appears on the depth chart, the third line centerman for tonight's Oilers squad, alongside Jake Virtanen and Reed Schaefer. So I'd expect Jake Virtanen to be a mainstay in these Oilers preseason lineups for the next little bit until we figure out where he is going or headed here at the end of camp. Reed Schaefer, more than likely, we flew you to Seattle. You get a suit up in Seattle, and we'll leave you in Seattle when we hike out of town this evening. So he's probably got all his bags packed, every goodbye said back home in Edmonton, and he is goodbye gone for the season yet again in the WHL following tonight's action. Kind of similar to what happened with Jake Chiasson, who last night had a glorious chance. I don't think he got sent back to Brandon because of that, but quite simply, right, he is back in Brandon now as of today, so keep that in mind there too. Philip Broberg and Tyson Barrie form out your top pair, which will be more than likely your bottom pair going into the regular season for the Oilers this year. Niemelainen, who was absolutely phenomenal last night. Didn't speak enough of him in the post game because I quite honestly had a video kind of planned for this afternoon. Didn't get a chance to do it because got out of work late, and secondary to that, decided not to do it because I wanted to eat supper, I wanted to go for a walk, I wanted to have a life outside of YouTube, and that's what I did for myself tonight, and here we are now being able to stream because of it. Max Warner on his right, so Warner gets his first preseason look. Of course, the Moose Jaw Warriors product, looking to see if he can't impress a little bit. Peters, Kesselring on the defense, and then yes, the Oilers are loading up the lines. The bench is going to be extra crowded tonight. Kambietz and Angara are on the fifth line, I guess you could call it, for the Oilers. And then, of course, there's also Yanni Kaldis on defense for the Oilers tonight, the seventh defenseman. Rodrigue and Fanti in net for the Oilers this evening against, of course, the Seattle Kraken. So that's how things line up this evening, my friends. We're hoping for a good one tonight between the Oilers and Kraken, just the same as we got against the Winnipeg Jets last night. If I'm going to tell you, if we're going to get that kind of entertainment out of preseason hockey this year, I am all for it. That is for sure. So I'm going to quickly just take a second to look over the comments section and welcome everybody in who's just tuning into the stream. We're up to 50 people already. We had a pretty good little stream last night. Everybody, welcome aboard. Yeah, hopefully, I think the big theme is we're just looking for as much entertainment as we got last night. If you're excited for tonight's matchup, let me know with a thumbs up on the stream. I'd appreciate that. And yeah, I think we'd really just enjoy watching the guys go out there and crush it again. I think end of the day, that's all that matters tonight is just go out there, crush it, enjoy a good game, and hopefully the Oilers play well. Like I said, I'll be streaming for the first period, but that's about as far as I'll be going, just simply because I'd like to have a decent bedtime tonight and won't even have a game review up, but figured we better get at least something up today, and then a stream in that I think we can do. So again, tonight, folks, where am I streaming the game from? We will stream the game on the EdmontonOilers.com website via their YouTube player that they'll have over there. That'll just be on their website. I don't know if it's region locked, being that it's YouTube, so keep that in mind. However, I believe it should be available here right away on Edmonton Oilers TV if we can get things going. So watch more Oilers TV. Yeah, for some reason Oilers TV didn't work today or yesterday, but we will kind of figure it out as we go along. They had a pre-game situation figured out for last night, so we'll see if we can't get it situated again today. You can listen live on the Oilers radio network, including 6:30 CHED at 8:30 p.m. Is the game not streamed tonight? You better be kidding me if the game's not. Is the game not going to be streamed? Really? Well, we're going to have a hard problem here, folks. I guess if the game's not actually streamed tonight, we're going to have ourselves an issue. Hold on. Let me go over to EdmontonOilers.com and see if I'm missing something. I might have miscalculated here. Yeah, watch on EdmontonOilers.com, okay? They do still have Oilers game coverage. Apparently it's okay, so it's still supposed to be live. We're hoping it's supposed to be live anyway tonight, so we'll see what ends up going. But that's a kind of scary thing to see, is they don't really have anything scheduled here. Okay, that could be interesting, but we'll see if we can find it over on the Seattle Kraken socials tonight. And yes, I'll get you guys the link as soon as I know where the link is to tonight's action, as I'd like to know what we can do here to get things going. So the Kraken are getting ready for tonight's action. JT Brown, it looks like coverage starts 6:30 p.m. on Root Sports Northwest, but again, it was on TSN 3 for the Winnipeg Jets last night, and that didn't interfere with our live stream, so we'll just keep it tuned to the Oilers social media here for top of the clock and see what that's saying, because it does show the TV icon when it comes to things on terms of the Oilers being on air tonight at some point in things. But Spokane boys back in Washington. It's at Climate Pledge Arena, so we should be ready to rock at some point tonight for a live stream. I'll get you the link as soon as I have the details available for that. Pardon me, I'm not actually understanding. It's the same kind of turnaround as we had last night. I was kind of all kinds of run around last night, so just stick with me here tonight and we'll get it going as this live stream comes along this evening. Trust me on that. But hopefully for the Oilers, a good game. Like I said, you just want to see everybody that's in the lineup now continue everything that was in the lineup last night. I think that's the big part for the Oilers, is just leave no doubt in the coach's mind that he's got the right staff running this team this year, and away you go, kind of going out and winning more or less just a couple of preseason games, keeping that unbeaten streak alive as long as possible. I think that would be the meme-worthy thing, is the Oilers sweep the rookie games and then go out and sweep the preseason too. I think we've been close to sweeping a preseason before, but yeah, it would be interesting to see if we could just totally run the table in the preseason, and then potentially go out and win ourselves the home opener too. Wouldn't that be something? Here we go. Let's get some interesting information. Noah Philp wearing 47 and Schaefer wearing 53 tonight for the Oilers. One a former Thunderbird, the other a current Thunderbird, Seattle Thunderbirds those are. And other local connections tonight include Spokane natives and former Chiefs. You got Derek Ryan and Kyle Yamamoto playing for the Oilers. And of course for Seattle, Oliver Bjorkstrand, who played for the Portland Winterhawks. And Morgan Geekie, who played for the Tri-City, what are they? Tri-City Americans, that's who they are. And that's really all there is there to it, right? There's not much there. And yeah, it's an interesting kind of situation with the NHL being in Seattle as you get all these extra nifty connections no one's talked about for a long time. And that's really exciting to watch the Oilers be able to go down there and enjoy it. So hopefully for Kyle Yamamoto, he's been there, done that in the NHL regular season, so it's not like it's something he's doing for the first time. But hopefully he gets to enjoy it a little bit tonight and go out there and rip it up in preseason action. His first of the year so far. So for Yamamoto, just looking to knock off the rust ASAP this tonight and getting on with the NHL calendar, I guess you could say. So I don't know if there's anything else we have to cover. If you're just tuning in, you can see the graphic here on the screen, a screen grab of Bob Stauffer's tweet today about the Oilers lineup. It's Janmark, Shore, Ryan, Benson, Hamblin, Yamamoto is your top 6. You've got Schaefer, McKegg, and Virtanen as your third line. So hopefully a spot maybe where, unlike last night, Jake Virtanen can kind of shine a little bit more, because obviously the Oilers have him on PTO and are trying to get a good look at him. And the Dylan Holloway show did not allow for him to be very noticeable, if at all, last night. I know the biggest thing he had was a sketchy little turnover in the third period. A couple good shots on the power play, but nothing outside of that to really report out of Jake Virtanen last night. Kind of got involved in a scrum, but now you're just nitpicking parts of the game and trying to make spots for a guy that's on a PTO, right? He needs to be loud and proud on a PTO as opposed to just trying to analyze every move. You got Reed Schaefer and Greg McKegg, two guys that are looking for some kind of impact in this game, right? Schaefer, he will be sent back to junior after this game, 99% chance, unless he has like a hat trick or something, which I doubt, because his game is far from NHL ready at this point. Greg McKegg just coming in, he's a depth guy. He'll be here for a game or two and then down to Bakersfield to start the year. Esposito, Philp, and Griffith. I think Griffith's going to get probably a little bit more extended look, but Esposito and Philp will probably be done with the Oilers after this game unless they stick around for the split squad games. Kambietz and Angeraz probably as well done with the Oilers after these games. But again, it all depends on those split squad games coming up, and you got to ask yourself kind of how that all works. So keep that in mind. There is kind of a caveat to this who is done when kind of situation with the Oilers. I'm just going to actually small this a little bit more just because it feel like it's a little bit too big on my face. You got Broberg and Barry, your third pair in the NHL this year, your top pair for tonight's matchup. Markus Niemelainen, who had the fantastic game last night, just wowed you with the body. Steady Eddie defenseman, played really well and impressed a lot of people. He's in there on the second pair with Max Warner, who's been impressing throughout rookie development camp, rookie camp, and of course the Young Stars games. Then you got Peters and Kesselring on the third pair, both looking to show out and go out and have big years in Bakersfield. And then Yanni Caldas as well, who will be in Bakersfield more than likely this year, but just up here with the Oilers, taking things one step at a time right now, getting into some game action. Rodrigue and Fanti, the AHL starting tandem this year, will be on your docket as your goaltenders today against the Seattle Kraken, so keep that in check there as well, that those are your goaltenders you'll be using for tonight's action. Other than that, folks, we are 7:42, close to it, and we will see what we are going to get going in the game center. Reminder to those watching, just trying to read this. Yeah, the Royal Blues last night. Yeah, the Royal Blues are back. If you haven't seen last night's social media reaction, the Oilers look good. They won in them. They did a really good job. They're an updated color of these, right? They're a much better version because they're Adidas over the Reebok. I think Reebok for the longest while, I don't know, I wasn't a big fan. They're bulky, cheaper jerseys and was never really a huge fan of them, but they still had that classic blue look to them, so I can't complain too much. Folks, we're about 15 minutes away here from hopefully the Oilers giving us an indication on if they're going to give us live coverage of tonight's game. I know they've got audio coverage from 6:30 Ched, but there isn't much more else to it that I can seem to find on the Oilers stuff here for tonight. But I assume, similar to last night, we'll have something figure itself out pretty quick here. I mean, the Oilers were pretty on the ball by 8:05. They had the live stream up, and away you go. I just didn't refresh in time to catch the Marcus Niemelainen in goal. But yeah, the watch is on EdmontonOilers.com, still the little TV symbol on Twitter. So I would assume they broadcast the game for us, so I'm hoping that is still the case tonight. And then we can get things going a little bit later on. So we'll see what happens. All right, so here we go, friends. What else is there to know about the Oilers today? Well, let's see what we have on the Dolynny TV NHL Oilers Insiders list. Is there anything? Yeah, is there anything that we can get going? I guess, yeah. Nope, John Lou's going back for the Jets gig. Okay. Okay. What else do we got here? Everyone is playing checkers. Nope, this is nothing here. And there is really nothing going on. There's really nothing going on that I can notice here. There's photos for the Oilers. I'm just trying to find something, anything here. And there really is not much else. Oh, okay. So here we go. Low Tide was talking about Ryan McLeod potentially playing with Connor McDavid this season. That would kind of fit how Ryan Nugent-Hopkins continues on as your third line center. I guess that's interesting. And then, yeah, I guess the Oilers Nation is getting a new website tomorrow. That's cool too. And yeah, there's not much else to it. There's really not much else on it. Face-off show for Reed Wilkins on 6:30 Ched tonight. He had Down Goes Brown as a guest and Andy Edie, I don't know how to pronounce that actually, on everything there for the Oilers, alongside Jack, Bob, and Rob. And yeah, there's not much else to do, although it kind of concerns me that Jack's, again, I don't know how they're going to work this. And my friend, a little help for the new camera. You guys have been phenomenal for this. Okay, that's actually something we could use to kill time. Sorry, I can continue to forget about that because it's just still unreal. My friends, thank you so much for everything you guys have shown back to me here live streaming the past 2 days for the new camera. But friends, we're not using the new camera right now. I promise you that. The new camera does not look this dumpy. This is the webcam that we're on. But as per, I'm really not sure how we want to say the name, but I'm going to quickly small this graphic here, just quickly, if I can find my mouse. We're just going to talk about the new camera and what I'm looking to do with it. So this past summer, I worked a whole bunch of rodeos and hockey tournaments in the spring and everything to try and get ahead a little bit, right? Everyone's talking about the price of inflation and all that. And my thing was, if I don't do it soon, I'm never going to do it. And that was in terms of buying a camera. So my goal for the past 8 years, quite honestly, since I went to college in 2014, went to NAIT Radio and Television Broadcasting, was to own a camera. To have something that I could live stream my own stuff off of. And obviously with the laptop, you see I've got a whole streaming setup here on the laptop and camera, and it goes live to YouTube. But this is a key piece of how it all works together, is if I can have a live camera feed, right, crystal clear HD, nice outputs on the HDMI, and it goes into the computer and I can live stream hockey games myself, that opens up so much more to what I can do here on Dolynny TV. When I moved to southern Alberta from Cold Lake in 2018, the goal with Dolynny TV was not to do the Oilers. I did not pick that up until November 2018. I dabbled a little bit, but I never picked that up. The goal was to work hard, pay off my student loans, and get a camera, and live stream events, right? Live stream hockey games, live stream junior B, junior, whatever I can get. Mid at the time when it was still midget hockey, I guess U18 now. Whatever I could get my hands on, I wanted to live stream it, but I could never get myself to sit down, save the money, and spend it on a camera because obviously, as you get into your mid 20s, priorities kind of shift, and you're thinking, well, now I got to save for a house, I got to make sure I can afford my car, I can make sure I pay my car off, all that. And so finally, after working all these rodeos and stuff this year, I sat down, did the accounting, and said, you know what? Screw it. I'm buying the camera. There's a great sale on where I got the camera from, and away I went. That was the end of the story. Is I just finally bit the bullet, and the fact that you guys are throwing it at me, that is fantastic. And any chance I can fix the audio delay, I would absolutely love to fix the audio delay. Let me see what we got going for an audio delay, and we'll see what we can fix. I don't know why it's delaying. I know I had to play around with it to get it going on the camera. That's actually why there's seems to be a little bit of an audio delay mess there, is I had to mess around to get the camera to work. But let me just go fix myself up here and we'll see what we can get going. I appreciate you guys calling me on that because I want to make sure we get that going. Okay. Okay, so it looks like, based on what I'm seeing here, I can get this. Sorry guys, I hate doing this stuff live, but audio is not my strong suit at all. Can I go negative seconds? Different. Let's try that. Alright, let's see what's going to go happen here and to see if we can't get this going. We're just killing time. Holy, I'm a clown. Love it. Okay. This is the hardest match to make. Okay, this is gotta figure itself out. Okay, I think I see what's going on. Sorry guys, this is something that I did not expect to have going on today, but we'll get it sorted and we'll get it figured out and we'll be good to go. In fact, advanced audio properties, if I go here, I wonder if I can just go zero that off, and I'm gonna throw up this graphic quick. Throw up this graphic, delete this quickly. Move. Nope, not rename. Remove. Yes, there we go. Okay, deleted myself. And now if we re-add, hold on, stick with me. This is a mess. This is a mess and a half. You want to watch live production all at once. This is how you do it. Boom. There we go. And device default, custom, 1920 by 1080. Boom. There we go. Does that sound like it's fixed? I don't know. It should be fixed now. It looks like my lips are moving in sync. Advanced audio properties, everything is synced up again. So let's see if that's just going to work for us, and we should theoretically be good to go here again. Sorry guys. Thank you for sticking with me. The Oilers game coming up soon, I promise you that. But what a disaster here today. What a disaster. Here we go. Custom. Bang. We want that. Want that. We want that. Pick screen color. Boom. And uh-oh. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Yeah, this is great. Great. $26. Oh. Okay, this is not good at all, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work for tonight. I think that can kind of work. I think we can work around that. Aye. Is this game streaming on YouTube? Folks, sorry for sticking around with me. That's a disaster, but yeah, so hopefully the game is streaming on YouTube again. We're just waiting for the Oilers official link to come out to tonight's action, and then we should be good to go for tonight. That's all I'm just waiting on is to see if the Oilers are going to put out their website tweet or not. They haven't thrown up any pre-game content, pre-skate content, so I'm a little concerned there. And again, I'm not seeing anything in terms of Oilers game coverage, pre-game report, Oilers at Kraken, live blog coming soon, photo gallery, post-game, live in-game blog. Yeah, I just don't see anything that we're seeing here. Live in-game blog, preseason at Kraken, live coverage. There we go. And there we go. All right, we got a YouTube link. There we are. Woohoo! That is quick. That is good. We saved the day. The Oilers coming through, getting it going. We like it. We appreciate it. Here we go, my friends. Let's go Oilers game live here. There we go. You want it? You got it, my friends. There you go. Let's pin that to the top of the chat. There you go. You got it pinned to the top of the chat. If you need the game link for this game, it's at the top of the chat right now. There you go, my friends. We are set for an Oilers game this evening. I'm going to quickly go to this Oilers game, see if I can't open it up on YouTube. Go over here, move this to this screen, and we can cover off a first period of hockey tonight. You'll like to see it. Love to see it. So, Let's me see if we can get in the chat there. Let's go Oilers. Like it. Like it. Okay, cool. That is a lot better, a lot cleaner start than last night. I was a little concerned. I mean, we had a little bit of a disaster, but absolutely. It's on the Oilers website. If you need it, it's on the Oilers website, so you got to go find it and get it going there. Yeah, no. Yeah, it's a big thing, guys. I figured it out last night. Is they kind of sneak in the YouTube link as an unlisted link, so it's not that it's public on YouTube. It's something you can kind of do if you give people access to the link, they can get it. So it's just more or less to get people to visit the website and then get them to then watch the game. That's more or less what it is, and it's an old trick that works. So that's the fun part there. But folks, you're the man. Yeah, thank you. I did nothing, guys. I just passed it along. If it ain't Jack Michaels, I'll listen to yours. No, I think it is Jack tonight. I think he's got the call on 6:30 Ched alongside Bob, and that's what stream they'll be using. So hopefully it's a good night tonight. That's for sure. Having Jack and Bob on the call for potentially the first time. I actually don't know who called the game last night, to be honest with you, because I was too busy yammering on myself. Anyway, friends, yes, let's get thoughts on the lineup, eh? Let's go throw it in there. And let's see what we can get here, if there's anything we need to know. Do I go sneak it out on Twitter? Throw out the Oilers YouTube link for the game on Twitter? I don't think so. I think we'll let everybody figure it out themselves. And that's actually a nifty little username. I've never seen someone use a eye emoji heart Oilers. That's actually pretty crafty for an YouTube name. Anyway, here we go, friends. Looks like the Oilers chat is up and running. and I appreciate you guys just stopping by. I appreciate you guys just stopping by and visiting the channel. It's my pleasure that I could set you up with the link tonight. I mean, hey, at least I'm good for something, right? And that's for sure. Going to watch the game. Hey, no worries, Greg. You enjoy the game there for sure. And yeah, guys, hey, appreciate you guys stopping by. Sorry the pregame was a little scrambly there. I did not realize that I had an audio desync issue. Somebody mentioned that to me in the post game last night, but I did not realize that it was still part of the problem tonight. So sorry about that. We'll get that rectified here eventually. I promise you that. And let's go. Boom. There we go. We got that rectified, and we just need to bring down the what do you call it? The smoothness on this a little bit. Let's go down to 75. That should do it. Nope. Let's go down to 55. And that, there we go. That looks a little bit more realistic, definitely. So, yep. And there we go. Let's get it going, guys. Hockey game tonight. The Oilers live in, well, we're waiting for the Oilers officially now on YouTube. We're waiting for them to get things going. And it looks like, according to the comments section, that on the Oilers stream, that Seattle is running 80% of their NHL team tonight. So we might not be in the best of scenarios for ourselves tonight, but hopefully in a good situation, my friends. So, yeah, hopefully tonight the Oilers can get things going, right? We're running the AHL squad goaltending. That's the biggest thing, is the Oilers AHL goaltending is who's going to run this game for us tonight. And if it's not a successful game from them, I think then we see kind of the shift in Oilers goaltending throughout camp. We saw Picard and Skinner last night. I really don't know where Calvin Picard belongs. Excuse me, in this Oilers in this Oilers lineup, more or less. To be honest with you, I don't know what to tell you there, because if he goes kind of back down to the minors, he's taken away time from Fanti and Rodrigue, who I think are your primary starters down in the AHL this season. But at the same rate too, I don't know if he has to clear waivers or not, so that could be interesting there for sure. So I don't know. I guess we'll kind of see how camp develops. That's one thing nobody's talking about at camp, is kind of the goaltending mix that we're trying to see what's going on, right? And nobody's talking about that, so I'd be interested to kind of see what ends up happening throughout camp, and hopefully good things go. And yeah, big thing is we're waiting for this Oilers stream to start, and it looks like things have shifted over. There we go. We're off and running for another hockey night in Edmonton. Let's see what we can get going. Nope, that's not what we want. We want, I think it's the Seattle Kraken feed, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think nope, it is the Oilers feed with the Seattle Kraken video feed. So it's the 6:30 Ched feed with the Seattle Kraken video feed. All right, we're good to go. And folks, if you need to watch the stream, it's at the top of the chat. On my stream here, the link to tonight's game is at the top of the chat. I will tell you that much. So it's the top of the chat YouTube link, and here we go. Let's get things going. I'm going to turn on the audio here if I can't get this going. Actually, I've got my TV muted. Let's get this going here, and let's full screen this. And let's just take an earmuff off. And there we go. So it is the Seattle Kraken video feed with the Edmonton Oilers commentary. That sounds like a victory to me, that is for sure. So let's get this rock and rolling. Oh, there we go. Rolling the Eggland Bobcat jacket. I'm looking good, apparently, to Snapchat. All right, thanks, guys. Here we go. So Bob and Jack, let's get things. Let's go little 4 keys for 4 dealers. All right. Let's see what we can get going. As it's going to be Martin Jones in net to start, at least for the Seattle Kraken tonight. That's exciting. We'll see what he can bring this evening in net for the Kraken. Of course, he hasn't had a best of a go for the past little while, so hopefully he can come in this season, even though it's a division opponent. I mean, a guy like Martin Jones, the way he started out his career and stuff, wouldn't mind him seeing a good little season there. Somebody in the division other than us has got to have a good season, right? There's got to be 3 division teams that make it, so got to get that going. Okay, so I guess there's a little bit of love on the broadcast for Greg McKegg tonight. So that's interesting. All right, so it is Bob Stauffer keeping things going here on the pregame beforehand. Looks like we're going to have the... Whew. Oh, that feels good to actually listen to 6:30 Ched without having to listen to 6:30 Ched. Down in southern Alberta, I don't know how much you know about AM radio, but you don't get great AM radio feeds, especially out in the country where there's a lot of power poles and stuff, because my goodness, it gets distorted quite quickly. But I do not mind trying to sneak in a good old Oilers broadcast on 6:30 Ched, that is for sure. Folks, if you're new to the channel and you've grabbed the link to tonight's Oilers game off me, the only thing I ask from you in exchange for that is if you want to consider subscribing. I do Edmonton Oilers talk mostly daily. Obviously, life gets in the way once in a while, but mostly daily we've got something to say about the Oilers here on Dolynny TV, so I'd appreciate you potentially subscribing and sticking along for the season with me here to discuss all things Edmonton Oilers throughout things going on this year. So if you could do that, that'd be greatly appreciated. Other than that, if you're heading out, enjoy the game. But yeah, have a great evening, and here we go. Let's get this going on. We got the national anthems going on live at Climate Pledge Arena right now, waiting for things to kick off. It's Janmark Shore and Derek Ryan starting out for the Oilers. It looks like we're actually rocking the old away jerseys, the old version of that tonight for some reason. Who knows? That's kind of a weird get for the Oilers, but okay, we'll take it, I guess. Go with it. I mean, sure, I guess we don't have the away kits with all the jersey names ready to go. I don't know what the reasoning there is. I guess the preseason is the wild, wild west of what you can do in terms of jerseys, but I don't know. Yeah, that kind of looks like the old jerseys. That has the old blue coloring to it on the top, so I guess we'll see what happens when the lights come on, though. I guess we'll see if the Oilers are indeed wearing the actual royal blues, but I don't think they are. That's a scary thought right there. My goodness. The amount of Snapchats I'm getting here. That's a great part when everybody tunes in from all over walks of life, from my friends and stuff. I can get some pretty good content sent to me, so I'm enjoying this. Pre-game, at least we have something going here, but anything else we got going on? What's the score? No score yet. We're still waiting for this game to get underway. It's actually taking its time tonight. That's good for sure. And we'll see what we can do in the playoffs. I listen to 6:30 Ched via radio app. Yeah, absolutely. You know what? 6:30, syncing up Jack Michaels in the playoffs. I don't think anybody could go wrong. I appreciate what obviously Sportsnet brings us for playoff coverage, but Jack's the man. End of the day, I mean, back in the day when I grew up watching and listening to the Oilers, it was Rod Phillips, but now Jack, you know what, he had big shoes to fill, coming in to fill the shoes of Rod Phillips, and he has come in and absolutely made himself a legend in his own right, and that's fantastic to take this Oilers team on the journey he has the past couple of years and what he brings to this team in terms of a broadcaster position. Absolutely next level, and I can only hope that he gets to ride it out for as long as Rod Phillips did, because let me tell you, he's going to be one heck of a famous man by the end of it, and one heck of a beloved man in Edmonton if he gets it to go. So here we go. Let's see what we can get going. We got things just waiting. Or am I going to show the game? No. So, my friends, no game show. But if you want to go to the top of the chat where where I'm kind of having the conversation from here on YouTube, is if you want to go there, the top of the chat has the game link. It says Oilers game live here. click on the link on that chat, and you will be good to go to watch tonight's game. Trust me, I appreciate all you folks spending your evening with me, but I would love it if you could watch the game yourself, and that's what I'm here to do, is just more or less be live to pass you along the link. So here we go. We're off and running. The Oilers see it in possession of Adam Larsson, former friend, and he'll move it ahead through the neutral zone, and the Kraken will just punch it in. And boy, oh boy, does it feel good to listen to Jack Michaels tonight. The Kraken punch it ahead into the slot, but couldn't get it going, and now the Oilers, yes, they are in the Royal Blues. It was just the weird lighting at Climate Pledge Arena to start the game that had me all crossed up. But the Oilers are in on the attack, forechecking hard. Devon Shore, top line Devon Shore, somewhere Dave Tippett's smiling tonight. Gets it going back to the blue line, and the Oilers set up control in the Kraken zone. It'll be Devon Shore coming out of the far side corner back to the blue line. Rip shot there by Barry, and it'll be Broberg having to back up and get back in position. However, the Oilers get a turnover, driving wide. Back into the middle, the puck goes, and it's turned over onto a Kraken stick, where they'll regain possession at their own near side face-off dart. Larsson will dart it out of the zone and now moved ahead into the Oilers' end. And Broberg there battling his man in on the forecheck. Broberg sees it go around the side. And this one, somebody's out there wearing Evan Bouchard's old 75, if I'm not correct. And here's Reed Schaefer on a long man pass, flipped through the neutral zone, all the way down at the blue line. Reed Schaefer almost had an opportunity to get a shot on net. He's going to finish a check. You like to see that. Nice step up there from the blue line, and now the Kraken are across. Onside they are. Chance in front and denied there by the goaltender. I don't know if it's Rodrigue or if it's Fanti in net. Looks like it's number 35, so I think that's Fanti in net, or Rodrigue. I honestly couldn't tell you. We'll figure that out as the game goes along. But good save from Rodrigue is what they say. So there you go. Rodrigue gets the save. And now the Oilers dump it back into Kraken territory, where they will come up with it behind their own net. The Kraken, also a team in my Crossfield Mixed Recreational Slow Pitch League. They won the league this year, another year in a row. Tyler Benson, far side corner, back to the blue line. Oilers control at the Kraken blue line there, as it'll be moved back down. Chance in front. Reed Schaefer can't get it going, and it's back to the near side boards, where the Kraken pick it up at their blue line and are able to get it out and into the Oilers' end. Niemelainen, who had a strong game last night, man, he's back out there in action tonight. I think the Oilers are going to give him a long addition if he wants to get things going. Tyler Benson, talk about a strong game last night. Good little chip to the net right there on the backhand shovel. Pass across, cut off by a couple of sticks on the shot from Noah Philp, looking backdoor for somebody coming down the wing, but the Oilers chase back into their own end, where Philip Broberg will pick up the puck, pace it out, look around his options from behind. Mr. Olivier Rodrigue, he'll make the pass off to Tyson Barrie, who headmans it ahead through the neutral zone. Up and over the blue line the Oilers go, and they'll just dump it off to the near side boards, where Broberg slaps it down behind the Kraken net. Back to the blue line. Shot from Barrie goes wide or off a body into the corner, near side, where the Oilers look for this one, and they're just not coming up with it yet. Noah Philp's going to battle this one. It hops off a stick skate and out of the zone it goes, on the stick of the Seattle Kraken. Again, I'll get familiar with their players as we go along tonight, but I'm not familiar at all with Kraken to begin with, so we've got a tough go. Number 72, though, is Jonas Donskoy, so we'll put that in the memory bank as things go along here tonight. And the Oilers, however, retrieve it along the far side wall, break out of their own zone, chip it through the neutral, and get it back behind the Oilers' net. See, there's no scoreboard on this one, so goodness sakes, we're going to have a hard go if I can't remember the score early on. But here's the Kraken getting through the neutral. They're going to get over the Oilers' blue line, but held up pretty much there by Peters, who's going to move it ahead. Maybe out of the zone, maybe not. He's got it again, and he's going to chip it off the boards, and Devon Shore can't get it at the Kraken blue line. So Seattle's back in their own zone, near side, face-off dot area, trying to look for a pass to get it out of the end, and they will. But the linesman gets in the way, so the Oilers will see that one blowing dead on the offside. And Burakovsky out there on this last shift for the Kraken. Devon Shore, also draft picks of the Dallas Stars. Okay, yeah, that's checks out. All right, well, there you go, folks. The referees tonight, Graham Skilleter, Reed Anderson, the linesmen, Joe Mahone and Ryan Gibbons. Peters was drafted by Dallas in 2014, if you can remember that. That's a long time ago, friends. That is a long dang time ago. But however, the Oilers rocking and rolling. And again, as we get this game rolling through, what I want to tell you is if you haven't already, the Oilers have taken a penalty, by the way. So the arm is up of the official, and we'll have a call against the Oilers here momentarily when they touch up the puck. However, the Kraken trying to come on side, and that'll allow James Hamblin to pick up the puck. If you haven't already, make sure to click the link at the top of this stream where you guys can go check out tonight's game. Sorry if I haven't been cognizant of that, but if you want to watch tonight's game, you can just click my highlighted top of the chat here on Dolynny TV's top chat, where you can just click the Oilers link and you'll be good to go. James Hamblin taking the penalty for the Oilers. Well, my friends, I absolutely want you to be watching tonight, and it looks like a lot of you just figured that out. We just dropped from 200 some odd viewers down to 125 at once, so I'd assume we have figured out tonight's action, and I appreciate that. Let's continue on with tonight's broadcast. And the Oilers are going to push this puck ahead. Remember, they were a dangerous team shorthanded last season, so we'd like to see them definitely shore that up and keep that going this year as they mix in some new penalty killers this year, depending on how the team has to look out of the gate with the roster kind of complications due to the salary cap. The Kraken now setting up the attack. There's the backdoor one-timer. Nails Philip Broberg in the face. He is hurt. I don't know if that nailed him in the hand or face, but he's still out there defending, and he's still active. He has worn that one right away, and he is not even limping out there. He's just going about his business, trying to stay active in the defensive zone and lead the way as a top-tier defenseman on this team this game. And that was one gutsy play there by Broberg. Got nailed by the puck, kept the shift going, didn't lose position, fought his way through and got the job done. You like to see that, friends. And it'll be fired in, and this one will be off the dasher backboards and easily played by Rodrigue back into the corner. And now you got Marcus Niemelainen out there for the Oilers. Big, tough, strong guy who really showed that well last game out. So now we'll see what he can bring tonight's action for the Edmonton Oilers, that is for sure. And my friends, just want to say quickly, we're up to 3,000 views on this live stream tonight, by the way. That is absolutely next level crazy, considering last night only topped out at 48.64. So here we go. Let's get this first period up and done with, shall we? And then we can relax in the intermission and enjoy what's been a good start for the Oilers so far. Obviously, never taking a penalty early is a good idea, but so far the penalty kills kind of stymied the Seattle Kraken, so we're not looking too bad. And we have a scoreless game, 7 minutes in. Again, there's also no time on the clock on this feed for the Oilers game, so that's really detrimental to how we're trying to get things going. However, the Kraken almost center it. It goes off the pad of Rodrigue, and it's right immediately the Oilers getting in the faces of these Kraken crashing the net. Looks like Chris Tanev was in the mix there for the Brandon Tanev was in the mix there for the Seattle Kraken, and we'll just have the 6:30 Ched feed give us a quick commercial update, and we'll see what we can't get going here, folks. The link is available on the Oilers website. If you haven't checked that out already, you just pretty much go to the in-game essentials. You go to the live in-game blog, and the YouTube player is right there for you. I don't know if we got anything going here that we need to be aware of on this list of things, but let's see. Puck is down. Oilers and Kraken underway in Seattle. You can watch. Yep, that's for sure. And it's nice to see Marcus Niemelainen get it going. That's, you know what, he gets the Oilers profile photo, I guess you could say, Twitter photo for the puck being down. That's great to see. And the Seattle Kraken just gushed that Climate Pledge Arena is the most beautiful arena in North America. I've been in it. It's nice, sure, but it ain't Rogers Place. Oh, baby. The fact that we can still claim Rogers Place is how fantastic it is. That feels good. And I'm not too worried about Broberg. He took it on the chin like a man, so we'll see what he can do for the Oilers on the next shift. Hopefully not too badly banged up. He definitely gutted it out on that shift to finish it off. And again, you know, the nice part about the preseason games is it gives the kids the chance to get in the building for a cheaper ticket, right? If you're a parent and you're not sure how your kid's going to react to going to a hockey game this year, and you want to test it out, the nice way is the preseason games. Obviously, they don't sell out as much, and secondary to that, they are generally a cheaper ticket. So you can generally get somebody, a young kid in your life, into the building and test out how a hockey game goes. Obviously, most kids love it, but some kids don't, and that's perfectly fine, right? That's just the way it is. So here we go. The Oilers and Seattle Kraken will sit to the right of Olivier Rodrigue. Face-off's down, and it's batted forward by the Oilers, so the Oilers in on the attack right away. Reed Schaefer's going to get the heavy hockey going into the far side corner. He jostles up his man there. They almost come up with the puck, however, an Oilers player lost an edge. Wasn't able to keep it going, and the Oilers instead will bat it through the neutral. Reed Schaefer with the puck skills, almost able to get it across the Kraken blue line. He does now. And in on the attack now go the Oilers there. Greg McKaig wearing number 15 for the Oilers this afternoon, this evening, whatever time of day it is. I'm all messed up. It's been a long day at work. So here we go. The Oilers trying to get it out of the zone. They will. And now 2 men wide going across the blue line. 2-on-4 there. And the Oilers still battling through, keeping it alive for the time being. Kyler Yamamoto walking through the offensive zone. You like to see that. If Kyler Yamamoto's going to have no fear taking on 2, 3, 4 men at once, kind of a Connor McDavid attitude, that might feel like he's being dangerous this year, and I like it. As that one goes to the point, Philip Broberg sees it chip past him because Yamamoto really didn't give him much to work with on that cue ball pass, and away go the Oilers again, picking it up at their own blue line. Tyler Benson pushing it forward, trying to shove it to the front of the net. He really can't get the job done. Broberg's going to go across. Shot comes in from the point. Nailed there was one of the defensemen for the Kraken, and the shot is blocked. It comes to the near side point. Philip Broberg slaps it around the boards again, and the Oilers just kind of playing pitch and catch D-to-D around the zone in the Kraken end, just trying to work down the Kraken on this shift. So interesting go there, that is for sure. However, Burakovsky gets it finally at the blue line. Turned over. Derek Ryan in on the attack now. He's going to bat this one to Devon Shore. Devon Shore is going to play this one off a stick, and it'll go off the skate of Derek Ryan, who just sees it go back in behind the net, and that'll be chased there by Janmark, who's trying not to take a penalty. That was dangerously close to a hook there. Janmark now cuts through the middle. He'll see if he can pick this puck up. He does, and the Oilers turn it back the other way, and they'll try and get things going. Folks, if you haven't already, here we go. The Oilers' chance there, flipped up by Devon Shore and up and out to play. If you haven't had a chance to yet, I just saw a whole bunch of people join the stream. If you haven't had a chance, top of the chat here on the live stream, the Oilers game live link is in there. So if you want to do that, literally my best service to you is not my play-by-play or game coverage. It's getting you that link to watch tonight's game. I mean, right, you get to listen to Jack Michaels and Bob Stauffer while also watching the game. Don't mind me at all if I'm going to do that, and that's why I've got the earmuff off on the one side. Even though I can't really understand what they're saying, it's just nice to be able to hear Bob and Jack back in the headphones for the first time this year, that is for sure. All right, and also if you haven't checked out the Oilers lineup, courtesy of Bob Stauffer today, it's also on the bottom, what is that, right or left hand of my screen? Bottom left hand of my screen, so check that out if you haven't had a chance to figure out who's playing in tonight's action for the Oilers. As I just reshift, I've been sitting in the same spot for a long time, and this one's going to be rimmed around the boards. Reed Schaefer has been getting a lot of ice time early in this game. I've noticed him out there several times, and of course there's been a penalty in this game already for the Oilers, so that's saying something. The Kraken have it behind their own net. Nothing of substance going out there so far. There's Seth Griffith on the ice for the Oilers. Nice to see him back at training camp as well. Excited to see if he can get into a couple of games this year. It's unfortunate that his running mate in that couple of games there early in the 2021-2022 season, Cooper Marody, has since moved on from the Oilers. Would have been nice to see him get something. Shot from the point, though. Here we go. Goal for the Oilers. Esposito gets it out of the corner, and the Oilers get a shot from the point, and it's looking like it might be waved off, but what a chance there from the Oilers. Good shot from the point. Get it on net, create traffic in front, and hopefully that one's going in. So Noah Philp makes contact, and they've waved off the goal. So Noah Philp makes contact in front of the net with Martin Jones, and it's nice play there from Seth Griffith. Esposito in on the forecheck, disrupts the man, and Noah Philp goes in, and of course my screen's going to freeze. Literally my screen just freezes now. That's classic. Let's see if we can't reload it here and get this going. That is just meant that my screen would refreeze right there. If we can't get this going. And see if we can get this going. Crossing the line. Yep. Let's go back and Philp. And it freezes there again. What the heck? Okay, I got a problem with my stream. I don't know if you guys are having the same problem or not. Stream seems to be freezing at the same point. Might have to refresh. Hold on. We got all kinds of disaster here on Dolynny TV tonight. And somehow we're going to put up a good old, looks like the stream is crashed. The looks of it is what the chat's saying here. Okay. So now the stream's replaying. All right, so we got same issue. All right, so sorry guys. It's we're gonna just hold back, and now the stream cut. All right, stream cut somewhere else. All right, we're back. Cool. All right, we're back to having live coverage, but that was sketchy. It's the feed, not YouTube. Okay, that's good. I'm never quite sure because my internet's kind of spotty up here in the rural southern Alberta, but we'll make do with it. Folks, I've got 105 of you along for the ride tonight. I'd be amiss if I don't ask you if you'd be so kind for hanging out with me tonight to consider subscribing to actually talk Oilers with me every couple of days. That'd be grateful. I mean, we've been doing pretty good to start off the season so far. So if you want to hang out with me for more than just tonight's stream, I'd be grateful if you consider hitting subscribe. Again, I never really know how to ask that question. That's a really odd question to me. It's not something I want to ask, but again, if you don't ask, you don't get. Oh no, that's not good. Gotta send something to my sister here. And let's quickly check. Looks like we've got a couple of people following on Twitter. We got a whole bunch of this, a whole thing tonight. Having ourselves. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate that, my friend. I appreciate that. All right, let's do this. Game's back on. Puck's behind the Oilers' net. Let's settle back to reality here and get things going. Sorry, quick phone break there to check the Snapchats, everything coming in. But my friends, the Oilers turning the puck over. Nice save there by Rodriguez. A block in front. Really couldn't tell you. And the Oilers are going to start out on a 3-on-2. This one across the line. Esposito fires the shot. It's blocked in front. And the Kraken will be able to come up with the puck. Phillips line back out there following the goal being waved off. Hey, you had to do it again, right? And that's my water's closed. That's why. But let's see, it looks like just a beautiful, looks like one of the Oilers players bit a skate blade in the face. But the puck is still in play for the Oilers in the offensive zone. They're coming up here, digging for it. James Hamlin along the near side half wall. And this stream's now really struggling here. Now a chance here for Kailer Yamamoto to get on the attack. Tyler Benson just coming smothering his man, doing his best not to cross-check him, but try and still somehow run him through the boards. That was an interesting go. I don't exactly know what he was trying to achieve there, but he just kind of dummied himself into the man against the boards in the Kraken end. The Oilers now back in their own zone. Broberg's back out there looking like he is no worse for wear after taking that puck up high. Now across the blue line. Hamlin across the zone. Barry will have it at the far side point down. Yamamoto fires a shot from the middle of the slot, and it looks like that puck went up and out of play. Tyler Benson, though, man on the spot. He was ready to play that puck. That was an interesting sequence there, that's for sure. That Tyler Benson going in on the forecheck, I wish they'd replay that because that was hilarious. He just kind of dummied himself into the man. Really didn't hit him, didn't shoulder check him, nothing. He just went in there trying to create contact without taking a penalty by hitting from behind the numbers. It was something to watch, I guess. I mean, only I would go out and get some kind of enjoyment out of that. And I forgot that Martin Jones played for the Flyers last night or last season, but I guess he did. And it looks like, what do we got? We got an offside at the Oilers blue line, so we'll reconfigure this set of lines here, and we'll redo this face-off in just a few moments of time, I guess you could say. And looks like we have absolutely dummied tonight's stream, friends. 1,300 views last hour, and now up over 3,586 in the span of 28 minutes. You guys have been phenomenal tonight. Thank you so much. And what am I watching it on? Friends, you can watch it top of the chat. If you haven't already, you just joined in. I know the numbers keep dipping anywhere between 80 to 120, so that tells me there's a lot of folks coming in, finding the game, and then dipping out, but also folks that aren't able to find it because you don't have the chat open on your channel right away. It's at the top of my chat on tonight's live stream. You'll find the link to tonight's Oilers game right there, similar to last night. So here we go. The Oilers getting a couple of different guys on the ice. Looks like Mr. Devon Shore is back out there, and it will be Matthias Janmark getting on. So the top line, quote unquote, is on the ice for the Oilers in this second half of the first period. Looks like they've got all kinds of graphics. My eyes are going bonkers here trying to follow these graphics. Sorry, boys. Terrible, but let's see what we can't get going here, as this one is going to be whistled down for a penalty against the Seattle Kraken, and we'll see what we can't get going here. And Tim, welcome in. See if we can't get something going. There's a couple, making sure to make the most of their time on the Jumbotron tonight. And the Kraken will be in the box for a few minutes. My cat's watching the game. I love when my oldest cat, she's adorable. She's just a little fluff ball thing. Of course, she used to be a much bigger cat back in the day, but now she's in her mid-teens, I'd say, and she'll all of a sudden catch something on the TV and she'll just zone out and just watching it all day. And then all of a sudden something else will catch her attention, and it's like she was never even watching the TV. It's kind of hilarious. But I definitely catch her watching a hockey game time to time, too. Kyler Yamamoto, he'll work across to the blue line. Tyson Barrie goes down looking for a man, but there ain't a man in that spot. There's no Ryan Nugent-Hopkins on the ice. Sorry, Mr. Tyson Barrie. However, the Oilers turn this one back, and they'll get back on the attack quickly. Top line, Devon Shore. Top power play unit, Devon Shore as well. Barrie across looking for the one-timer. The Oilers developed that a little too slow. Let the Kraken man get back into the play, and Olivier Rodrigue will come out of his net and play the puck off the backboards, which will come right back to him. One of those Steve Smith positions, my friends, scariest position in hockey. If you get that reference, hey, you know you're an avid Oilers fan, right? Reed Schaefer gets it in. He's on the top power play unit, getting a look for the Oilers. It would be some kind of weird situation if Reed Schaefer gets back on the plane with the Oilers and goes home after tonight. Yeah, let's see. And do you need to call anyone out or saving that for the playoffs? I think we'll save that for the playoffs, as the Oilers still undefeated in the cumulative 2022-2023 season in the run so far between the rookie games and the preseason. They almost had a goal tonight, waved off because Noah Philp made contact with the goaltender. Would have been nice to get that one. However, it's a 0-0 game between the Kraken and Oilers. Of course, last night started a lot better than tonight. It was in Marcus Niemelainen goal right out of the gate. Philip Broberg, a wicked wrister there, looking deadly with that wrister. Kind of walked into it from the high dot and almost had a chance to really get one on the board, but it goes into the corner nonetheless, and it's no good for the Oilers on that front, unfortunately. I'm going to throw you guys next commercial break and add to see if that's still working here, but the penalty kill time is up and out, and they actually have a really funny thing for the penalty kill on the Jumbotron. I don't know if you just saw that on the game feed. Release the Kraken. That is the perfect use of that. Release the Kraken out of the box. And there is aforementioned Marcus Niemelainen, the goal scorer from last night. The first goal scorer from last night. There were 4 of them. Of course, it was Hamlin scoring the next one. And then I believe, who scored the third one? Come on, brain's not working in real time. But Olivier Rodrigue, he'll chip it across to Niemelainen and get it up and over the Kraken blue line there, and it'll be played to the far side corner. It hits the official. Derek Ryan quickly hammers it behind the net. However, it skips the sticky mark, and the Kraken will be able to get it to their blue line. But look at this top line. Grinders getting the job done. Shot fired. Oh my goodness. It goes off the post. What a chance there for the Oilers. Out in front. Backhand save and stop by Martin Jones. And that was one heck of a sequence there from the Oilers. An attack that you like to see. And there was a lot going on there, but they couldn't get it going. And release the Kraken. That is one heck of a Jumbotron animation to have for the penalty kill. That is for sure. And their current pot on the 50-50 is $7,920. Somebody show these guys how to 50-50. Oh my goodness. That is brutal. And folks, it took less than a period of hockey tonight, but we have outdone last night's entire stream. Just 100% being honest with you. We have already outdone the entire stream last night. We have 4,000 views in this hour so far in 33 minutes. If anyone wants to try and comprehend that math, 4,014 divided by 33 is 121 view an hour average. That is next level nuts. If you're tuning in and you're just sticking around, I appreciate you sticking around. But if you haven't already made your way over to the Oilers live stream, you got to do that. We're around 100K in our 50-50 after the second period last night. Yeah, legitimately we were. It was kind of silly. I don't know if they do the 50-50s the same way down there. It's kind of funny to see how the Oilers just dominate that. So currently on the Oilers stream, there's 4,277 people playing. So that's the exciting part right there. Is there's a lot of people watching the Oilers online tonight. Here we go. Kraken math. I guess you gotta figure out the Kraken math. Sure. All right. Anyway, let's quickly see if we can't figure something else out here. What else do we got? Is there anything in the in-game blog that I could possibly glean some stats from? I really don't know if there's any stats to be had, to be honest with you, is the problem here. So let me refresh this, see if we can't find the in-game blog and latest from Oilers TV. No, we want the in-game essentials, the live in-game blog before the game comes back live. And let's see what we get going here. Preseason game coverage from Climate Pledge Arena. And it looks like, never mind, we're back to the game. Puck is in for the Oilers, so they didn't even tell us who would have scored it if it had been actually scored. That's unfortunate. Wasn't paying enough attention. The Oilers turned it over at the Kraken blue line, though. It's offside, and that's it. Oh, we got a holding call. 3:37 to go in the first period, and James Hamblin has been marked down with his second penalty of the game. That is a little unfortunate. James Hamblin had a very strong game last night. He scored the third goal of the game, or second goal of the game last night. He was a very impactful player for the Oilers, and it would be nice to see him continue to be that, but 2 penalties early on in the game is not going to help your cause if you're James Hamblin. So it's a power play for the Kraken, but the Oilers immediately get the clear, and for the first time tonight, I see a Kraken fan in the chat. That is interesting. Haven't seen that all night. However, friends, chances of Jason Demers making the team, I wouldn't be surprised. Where he fits, how he fits, I don't know. But, I mean, having an extra right-hand shot defenseman around with NHL experience, not necessarily a bad thing for the Oilers this season. However, this power play going here, I think, Jake, it was away from the play is the problem. It was away from the play, so they didn't have a replay. Olivier Rodriguez, stellar stop on that one-timer on the power play just now. That was great. And now the Kraken forcing it around the Oilers zone almost at will here, working around. But the Oilers do indeed get the clear. So that's good for the Oilers right there. We get that dealt with. And now the Kraken have to start back from behind their own net as Justin Schultz, former Edmonton Oiler, will work out. And now this one will be moved ahead here by the Oilers after a turnover. They got 2-on-2 numbers. back. Filling the lane is Marcus Niemelainen looking for his second goal. Couldn't get it, and now the Kraken have a 3-on-1. But look at that speed skating of Philip Broberg to get back, and just enough. The man heard footsteps in front of the net and disrupted the play. Or was that Broberg? I think that was actually Peters, pardon me, who got back and made that play. Good work by him, showing and proving right there why he's on the ice tonight for the Oilers. So there we go. The Oilers just about done with this game. Looks like there was just a big hit just as I was setting my water cup down. And the Oilers see it back at the Kraken blue line. Shot doesn't get through. Neither team's really had some good offensive looks. Like, I think the Kraken, fair to say, have had the best looks. Hamblin now out of the box, so there's less than a minute 30 remaining in the period. And this one will be shot on net, blocked, or it goes wide somehow. I could not tell you. Too much movement on this camera to really pay attention. They have got this camera moving the entire time. It never really steadies out. It's always active, and I'm not a big fan of that. I think you got to have a little bit of steady eddy to your camera work, but that's okay. There we go. It kind of steadied out, and then they switched the shot so as you could have more movement. I don't get it. Noah Philp, though, out on the ice now for the Oilers. Getting it going. And that is shot wide of the net again. So the Kraken now all of a sudden following this power play, setting up a power play against a very tired Oilers squad, 5-on-5. And now the Kraken back, face off top, near side point, shot fired. Rodrigue falls down in the net, made contact somehow. And this one will go all the way out to center. And the penalty will come for interference against Tanev for hitting Rodrigue. I was going to say how'd that happen, but here goes the stream again. Don't you mind me. The stream's just going to bum out here quickly, and that will be pretty much it and all probably for this period because, I mean, the Kraken ran us around in our own zone there for a solid 30 seconds. The face-off down, and this stream is all kinds of a mess. I mean, I know my stream was a mess to start. I don't really get a leg to stand on, but the Oilers back in their own end, chasing to start this power play. They'll work up and back and load things up. Here's Hamblin going across, and they'll switch the graphic quickly as Hamblin will start in on the attack. And it miscues at the point on Philip Broberg's stick, so they're back in the neutral are the Oilers as they try to work through and get in on the attack as quick as possible here. It'll go down, and this one will be down to, I don't know who number 23 is. Is that Seth Griffith? It might be. As that will be time expiring here at the end of the period, my friends. I know we've had a lot of folks come in and ask how we're watching this, and I'm sorry I keep deviating to that. But if you haven't had a chance, go to the top of the stream. I've got a pinned chat. It'll be in blue. It'll say Oilers game live here, and that's the link you want to click on to watch tonight's Edmonton Oilers game if you can, if you want to. I know folks are wondering, so I'd appreciate if you go out there and check it out for sure. And that's really it. That's all. So that's all I can tell you there. But friends, I am going to tune out. It's 8:40. I've got adult responsibilities to get to before going to work tomorrow morning. So unfortunately, I'm going to head up on out. And we will catch you probably for the next preseason game here. We'll try and at least stream a period of each preseason game. I guess to wrap it up with a few thoughts for you, it's nice to see Olivier Rodrigue have a good solid period, not get beat, and at least goaltend pretty well. So hopefully that works out for him the rest of the night. And secondary to that, I really don't think any Oilers stood out. It was kind of nice to see the forechecking game be strong for the Oilers tonight. That's a big bonus too, but other than that, there wasn't much takeaways from that first period. The penalty kill looked good. Broberg out there on the penalty kill. Ben didn't break. That was good too. Other than that, not much else to add, folks. I'm going to head on out. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight's stream. Really appreciate you guys being around. I'm going to tune out quickly before I leave. We will have some Oilers discussion tomorrow, so if you want to hit that subscribe button, come on back tomorrow. A secondary, if you want to click the bell and get notifications. I don't know who wants notifications of me posting on YouTube to their phone, to each to their own, but if you want to do that as well, you're more than welcome. I'm up on out of here, folks. Have a great night. Enjoy the rest of the game.